Right, yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is Officer Tatum reacting to Ben Shapiro. Basically, I don't know if anyone's seen the video. It's like Ben Shapiro destroys Nick Fuentes. And it's like, no, he doesn't. He just went woke on him. He just took loads of clips of Nick out of context and said, Nick hates women. Here's the clip. And it's like, this is what the left has been doing to you for years. And now you're doing it to Nick to turn people against Nick with things out of context. Now, I know it's out of context because this clip I actually watched on his Rumble channel, Nick Fuentes. I know exactly what this video is about. And the way it's been taken out of context is actually disgusting for people like Officer Tatum and Ben Shapiro, because like this is what they've been fighting against, and now they are literally doing it. If you don't like what he says, then debate him. Nick Fuentes has been dying to debate Ben Shapiro for years, and Ben Shapiro's been ducking him, saying, "Oh, he's just a troll," and blah 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 blah. So, well, if he's just like an idiot, says extreme things, debate him, expose him. You could have washed your hands. The truth is you know he's not an idiot, and actually, he would probably run rings around Ben Shapiro in debate as well. He definitely would, Officer Tatum. But just listen to this. I'll explain the context afterwards. And Officer Tatum, I don't know whether he's lying or he's just hasn't seen the context of the clip either. Like, so, but then either way, it's like you don't know the context of the clip, but you make a insane conclusion which Nick isn't saying. He wasn't saying this in this video. Watch.
Because there just needs to be some shame here. Well, there's a few reasons. First, white people are every single bit justified in being racist. Every single bit justified, to the extent
Towards black
that
people.
means going out of your way to avoid black people when you see them.
Hold on a second. Going out of like this is why people are racist and stupid instead of being logical. White people going out their way to avoid criminals, yeah, that makes sense. And so should black people go out their way to avoid criminals. We do it all the time. But when you say white people should go out of their way to avoid black people, he didn't just say criminals. He's generalizing that white people should avoid black people altogether. Like all black people out here cutting up. All right. Let's get to another video. We got.
It's not what he was saying. What that video is about the Ukrainian girl getting stabbed brutally on the train. No, what we say is that you can avoid criminals and violent people. Well, how would that Ukrainian girl know? She just got on the train and sat there. A black man got up behind her, brutally stabbed her with other black men. This is where it gets to. Other black men sat around, not one of them did nothing. Then the guy who stabbed her said, I just got that white girl. No one did nothing. No black person moved. It was only black men on the thing. Not one of them moved. Now, if that white girl walked on a carriage, saw a load of black people, and thought these are black people, they're dangerous, and avoided it, she'd still be alive today. That's what Nick Fuentes was saying. Was that white people absolutely have the right to. Because so that white woman, she didn't judge that black guy because how does she know he's a criminal? He's just some guy sitting on the train. She probably didn't even notice him. Do you know what I mean? She's in her own little world, went and sat down, and then the black guy behind her stands up and brutally stabs her. So how was she to know? Before she sat down, should she have gone, excuse me, can you show me your criminal record? Oh, you're a criminal, so there I'll avoid you. The truth of the matter is, if that girl was racially prejudiced against black people, saw black people on the train and got off, she'd still be alive. And to be honest, this is a Patrice O'Neill joke. Is it Patrice O'Neill joke? I'm sure it's Patrice, where he says, white people, don't let your not wanting to be racist get you into situations. He's like, if I see a group of black people, big group of black boys walk in, I'm nervous too. Like you don't have to like go, oh, I'm just going to. He's like, and walk through a group of possibly dangerous people because you don't want to seem racist. And Patrice says, I'm the same. He said, if I was in the South and saw a load of white people with bald heads coming towards me, I wouldn't think, oh, the cancer ward is out for a trip, I'd run. I'm not falling for that. The old pretend to have cancer but actually kill a black man trick. It's like, that's what Nick Fuentes was saying. You're taking it out and saying what he's saying is that white people should just fear black people. It's like, well, how? No, they should fear, everybody should fear criminals. Okay, well, how was that white girl that got brutally stabbed to death meant to know the difference? Because as well, there was black men, just regular black men, didn't move a muscle, didn't do a thing, saw it happen, sat there as if nothing happened. So, all right, we're accept. It's just one crazy black guy. All right, well, what about the black men that sat there and watched that girl get brutally stabbed? And then when he turned round and said, I got that white girl, none of them did nothing. None of them said nothing. And yet you want to say no one listens to Nick Fuentes because he's racist, because what he's saying is that white people have, he wasn't saying white people have a right to be racist because black people are black and white people are white. That is not what he was saying. He was saying white people have a right to be racist because of shit like that. That girl probably just going home from work in her own little world, didn't bother anybody, sat in front of a black man that she assumed is just a regular person. How is she to know he's a criminal? And what did he do? Stood up and stabbed her to death. And there's a bit where she's begging. And he's just stabbing her. So then you want to tell white people, don't just judge black people. Don't judge black people off the actions of that one. Well, okay, fair dues. Because there was other black people on that thing and they didn't stab her. Fair dues. They also didn't help her. Now you can say, oh, it's not their job, blah, 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 blah. There should be a human instinct in you that when you see a man brutally stabbing a girl, that you do something. That should be a human instinct. Or to run away. Why didn't they run? All right, they're scared. Why not run? Go and alert someone. Go and get someone. Go and tell someone. Go and let people know this is happening. Nope. They all sat there chilling. So you tell me, why should I not judge black people when I see them? That they have ill intent. How do I know? How do I know the difference? And it's obviously I'm not talking about, and Nick Fuentes isn't talking about, you see a BMW pull up and a black guy in a suit and you obviously know he's some lawyer or he's a doctor or he's like, no one's talking about him. We're talking about the average guy who's going to get on a train and sit behind you. It's so disgusting that you are like completely blowing over a real serious subject that should be discussed because you just want people to not listen to Nick Fuentes, to be honest, over Israel. That's really what you have a beef with, because Officer Tatum and Ben Shapiro would say the exact same thing about black people. That black people are crazy and black people are way more violent than any other race to each other and to other people. It's like, they're normally the ones that will say it. But now because Nick Fuentes, and they don't want Nick Fuentes, and this is the other thing, this is what annoys me more. It's not even what Nick Fuentes has to say they don't like. It's that he's actually likable, very good at conveying his point. Like he is a likable person. If you watch his show, he's cracking jokes. He's like a young person, really. Do you know what I mean? But insanely informed, and that's what they're scared of. Like, I just thought this was so bad that Nick, and you can even see that Nick is emotional because he's just watched that happen. Like, everybody saw that happen. And the other thing is how many videos are there on YouTube of people exposing the black people in the comments of videos like that, and that dickhead that stabbed the boy at the running track in America. All in the comments, black people, good, serves them right, get them back. Yeah, that's one, let's do. It's like, and you want to tell white people that you should only judge criminals. Well, how the fuck do I know if it's a criminal or not? How do I know? How did that Ukrainian girl know whether it's a criminal or not? Makes me angry. Makes me angry. And it's just to silence Nick Fuentes. Why are you so scared? Why are you so scared? The reason you're so scared is because he's smarter than you, Officer Tatum. And this is what bothers me the most. Out of the three of them, I like Officer Tatum the most. I'll watch more of his stuff than I'll do Nick Fuentes or Ben Shapiro. But this whole thing of not platforming someone and that not platforming someone that hasn't even been able to get a bank account for the last since he's 18 because he's had such a pushback. He's only allowed on one streaming site, and that's Rumble. If you've got such a problem with him, debate him. But you won't because you're cowards. This type of thing to me is like Nick Fuentes at the moment is Rob Stark wanting to meet men in the field and fight. What Ben Shapiro and Officer Tatum are doing are Lannister. They're red wedding him. They're slaughtering him sneakily without ever having to have the fight with him because they don't want to have the fight with him. It's like, yeah, this year. I told ya, this is the woke right. I want to say that I think they've coined that phrase of calling people like Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens the woke right because they know they're about to get called it. When really, a big part of the woke thing was censoring what people say. You guys are the side of let's have a conversation until it comes to Nick Fuentes because you don't like what he's got to say. When you've been telling everyone for years you have to listen to people's views that you don't like. You're not practicing what you preach. And it's just because you're scared. You're scared. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Sweet.